called charm, and it really is in every essence of the word charm, where it's sort of this like magical essence, but also how a place like Poniana, New York, has its own charm. This next piece, Michael Markowski, it actually didn't originally start his career in composition. He actually started in film. And so it's no surprise that his music very much sounds like a movie soundtrack. In this piece in particular, he really makes these really advanced musical techniques accessible to bands of all ages. He includes some things in the piece that he dubs musical sound effects. So you'll hear some really cool melodies, but you're also going to hear some wonky stuff going on up there. So I encourage you to really, really listen around the band for this story that Markowski creates of the hero's journey, a very common theme or thread in film and in music, that in order for a protagonist in a story to kind of get to the treasure that they seek at the end, they gotta go through something that makes them uncomfortable, some monster in a cave somewhere, some trials and tribulations to get to that treasure at the end. So, with that story in mind, we present The Cave You Fear by Michael Markowski. I already hear cave sounds already. do a quick switch in the program real quick. The band and I all agreed, and I let them really decide. I said, you want to put Squirrel Taste at the end or Joy Revisited? And they all were, Squirrel Taste! All right, we're going to do a flip-flop, and I think you'll agree that it was a really wise choice. Very smart kids. So this next piece is actually going to be what's listed last on the program. It's Joy Revisited. And Frank Kelly actually wrote this plus another piece called Joy at the same time with the exact same thematic material, with the intention of having one that was really accessible for younger bands and one that was a little bit more advanced for like the musicians behind me. So with those two ideas in mind, this is the more advanced version. A little nod to them. Joy Revisited. mom, so if you could please give them a warm round of applause. And as we're swapping the bands, the band behind me is going to be going up to the circle, but if we could really keep the audience full for both bands and just remain in our seats, I think both bands deserve a full audience. They worked very, very hard all day, so if we could just remain in our seats, don't worry, the kids will all be upstairs with their belongings. And with that, this last piece is called Squirrel Chase. And if you've ever seen squirrels chasing each other, which my dogs love to chase squirrels, it's a hectic, mad scene. And with that, we hope you enjoy Squirrel Chase. Thank you so much for the All Year Round Band, and enjoy Squirrel Chase.